Hey, it's Vicky and I'm back with another vlog for you guys, and this vlog I'm really excited about because it is centering around an event that I'm taking part in that starts today, and I'm just really excited about it because it's something I've never really done before. And what it basically is, it is the virtual reading retreat that is being hosted by 4 wonderful booktubers. We have Lindsay from Lindsay's Little Library, Sarah from Sarah's Nightstand, Amanda from The Curly Reader, and Krista from Books and Jams are hosting this virtual reading retreat that they organized, and they asked me to be part of a panel discussion that they're planning to do during the retreat. And I, of course, said yes because it just sounded like a really cool thing to do. And so what it basically is it starts, today is August 3rd. Oh my gosh, is today Friday the 13th? Oh no, it's not, it's the 12th. For a second there, I thought it was Friday the 13th and I was gonna make a Jason joke, but it's the 12th. But anyways, it starts tonight, August 12th at 8 p.m. and it goes until tomorrow, Saturday at 8 p.m. So it's a 24-hour retreat and it's all done over Zoom. And it's basically just like 24 hours of just like reading and reading activities and just like bookish fun. And I'm just so excited to be a part of it. The host did such a good job of just like planning everything out. They have a packet, which don't mind, the cover is a lot prettier. But my printer decided to make it look like this. I don't know why. But they have this packet that has a whole schedule inside of it. So there's all kinds of activities, including like reading sprints, panel discussions, like I mentioned, because I'm gonna be taking part in one of those. There's gonna be bookish games, just all kinds of like fun things like that. Just reading with a group of people and doing fun bookish things. And the packet also, though, to kind of add to the fun, they also prepared some like drink and snack recipes for the retreat that you could do, and also a bingo board. So you know I'm gonna try to get myself a bingo. So yeah, there is a lot to do. And they also have a reading tracker in the packet, and then like an area for you to write down recommendations that you get throughout the weekend. So they took a lot of time to make this like a thing. And so I'm just really excited. So yeah, the plan is I have kind of blocked off my day tonight, starting at 8 p.m. and into tomorrow to take part in this retreat. The only thing that I do have to do for like an hour or so tomorrow, probably around dinner time, is my neighbor is having her high school graduation party that we were invited to, so we are gonna head over there for a little bit. So I will sneak out at some point during the retreat to go and say hi to the neighbor and congratulate her, and of course eat some grad party food and all that fun stuff. So, but other than that, I have purposely kind of had nothing to do so that I can do as much as I can during this 24 hours because it's just gonna be great. I do want to make some of the snacks that they have put in this little packet. So I am gonna have to run to the store to get a few things because I want to kind of make those ahead of time so that I'm not wasting reading time in my kitchen, because that's lame. So I have a couple errands to run anyway this morning / afternoon, and so while I'm out and about I will get those items so I can start those before the retreat starts. And then yeah, it's time to party. So I haven't quite figured out my TBR yet. So I'm going to go out, run my errands, and then I will come back and let you know what I'm gonna be reading for the retreat. right, so I'm in my kitchen because I have been making my snacks for the retreat. There were two that I decided I wanted to do. The first one was ranch pretzels, and I have like a whole tray of them here. And they're really good. Also, they are kid approved, which is also awesome. And then the other thing that I'm making that are still in the oven, I am making some pumpkin muffins. My kids love pumpkin stuff, so I feel like that's gonna be a win. But I figured maybe we could have those tomorrow morning, like for breakfast or something. I don't know, but these pretzels are awesome. So now that I'm done telling you about my sort of prep work that I've been doing for the retreat, I thought I would finally tell you what I'm planning to read because I haven't done that yet. So I have a little stack because there are some things I want to read if I can squeeze them in this weekend. One of the things I am reading right now, I'm listening to Desperation by Stephen King. In this one, I'm like 200 pages into it and I'm still kind of figuring out what exactly is going on because it's about this town in like the desert area of the US, and it is not a normal town. And you're basically being introduced to various people that are being brought to this town by this man who, he appears to be a cop, but is he a cop? Is he even a human? I don't know. But he's bringing them to this town and he has some pretty sinister plans for them, and that's kind of all that you know right now. And he has spent a lot of time giving you like the backstory on some of these people, specifically a little boy that is there with his family. And so it feels like things are still being set up. Ooh, my muffins, hold on. So anyway, what was I saying? So basically, you're just being still introduced to these characters and he's spending a lot of time telling you about them. So it's kind of a slow burn, but I'm still interested, and I'm listening to the audiobook and Stephen King narrates it, so not too bad. Then the other things I want to read, I have my Kindle, because as you guys know, I've been trying to read on my Kindle, and I started yesterday, These Ghosts Are Family by Maisie Card, and this is like a family drama, sort of just like literary fiction type of story. And from what I understand from reading reviews from this book is that the book actually is kind of disjointed in that the chapters almost feel like they are different stories that are all sort of connected within this family. And so that's what most people's complaint was that it just felt disjointed. So I decided to kind of read this and approach it as if it were a short story collection, because then maybe I won't have those kind of like negative feelings toward the book. And so I've only read one chapter. And I like it so far. It's good. Basically, it's about a father who faked his own death 20 years in the past, and now he is dying, and he is facing that choice and deciding to come clean to his family, and obviously that has some repercussions. So my plan is maybe to try to read a chapter of this like tomorrow morning. That'll be like the first thing I read on Saturday. So not gonna read a ton of this. And then the other two, I really want to start The Pearl That Broke Its Shell because I want to read this book. But yeah, I haven't started it at all. So maybe at some point during the reading sprints, I will get this one started. I have my bookmark ready because I think I forgot to mention, they also had bookmarks made that are super cute. So I'll be using my bookmark. But then I went to the library yesterday or the day before, and they had Heartstopper Volume 1, and I've heard such good things about this graphic novel series, and so I picked it up. So now I'm like, well, maybe I'll read this too. I mean, I'm sure I could read this entire thing over the next 24 hours. So yeah, so I have lots of options. I'm not really sure where I'm going yet, but now it's kind of just waiting for 8 o'clock to come so we could start this retreat. I'm making Austin open the champagne because I'm afraid of the cork. I know, I'm a big baby. So my knight in shining armor here is gonna do it for me. Ready? I'm gonna back up. It always scares me. Don't pop it at me. Oh my god, don't. Woo! Oh, I didn't record it. Oh my God, I'm an idiot. All right, so the reading retreat's about to start. I have my mimosa. I thought I hit record when I was trying to pour it and everything, and I didn't, so my bad. But yeah, I have my drink, I have my pretzel snacks, I have my book. I decided I'm gonna go with Heartstopper for tonight because I just really want to read this. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So yeah, I'm about to join in and see everybody, and I'll check in maybe during the first sprint. So it's about 10 p.m. and we are sprinting, and I'm probably gonna log off at the end of the sprint, but I did finish Heartstopper Volume 1 and I really liked it. It's funny because I don't normally, as you guys know, gravitate towards romance stories, but for some reason teen romance, I don't know why I can get down with. I don't know if it's because it's like the puppy love vibes or like first love vibes are maybe something I tend to jive with more. But yeah, this is about two boys, Nick and Charlie, and they meet at school and they fall in love. And it's just so cute. And I really like the art style, in that it's kind of like, this is like the color palette throughout the whole thing. So it's a simple color palette, and the illustrations are just, yeah, they're just cute. And so I really liked it. I'll probably give this probably 4 stars because it does, like I said, it kind of takes you back to like high school days and sort of that nostalgia of first love, I guess. And it just made me feel like, even though it ends kind of on a cliffhanger, like when it ended, I was like, okay, I gotta go get Volume 2 immediately because I need to know what happens. It mostly gave me like warm and fuzzy feelings. So yeah, I really liked it. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be getting the next volume from my library as soon as I can. So yeah, I have officially finished something for the retreat. And if I'm looking at, let me grab it really quick, hold on. So I've been working on my bingo board, and I have now completed, because I just finished something. So I've done finish a book, I have made a fun drink, because I made my little Prosecco pineapple juice mix. I started a new book, which was Heartstopper. I've been using my cute little bookmark, and I also made a fun snack because I made 2 snacks actually, but I've been munching on the ranch pretzels all evening because they are so addicting and yummy. I will definitely make those again in the future. So yeah, I'm on my way to a bingo, which is exciting. I think so far the retreat's going really well. It's been really fun. They're just a fun group to hang out with, and I've really been enjoying myself. So I am, though, getting kind of sleepy. So I am going to log off for the night and then hopefully hop on in the morning because, so at 8 a.m. tomorrow, it's kind of like mini reading sprints. It's like an hour of sprints with Krista and Lindsay. So I'm hoping to wake up in the morning and get my coffee and sit and read with them. That's gonna be a great way to start my Saturday. So that's the plan, and I think I probably will read a chapter of These Ghosts Are Family first thing in the morning because that's kind of the way I've been wanting to do it. I've now read 2 chapters from that book, and it is a little bit disjointed, but not really, because the first chapter is present day and you are learning about Abel and his family. And in the second chapter, it takes you back to when he was first married to his wife. So we're like in the 60s. So it doesn't seem like it's that jarring right now. So we'll have to see what the third chapter brings. I think I just kind of saw the header for chapter 3 and it takes place in 1999. So it is kind of like jumping around a little bit. But like I said, I'm approaching it like a short story collection in the hopes that it will be more enjoyable that way. So we'll have to see what chapter 3 brings. But I think I'm going to start my day with that in the morning and then we'll see. We'll see if I want to keep doing that one or if I want to start a new book. And yeah, I will let you guys know. So I'm going to bed. Good night. It's Saturday morning and I'm ready to dive back into the retreat. This morning Krista and Lindsay are doing some like morning reading, so I'm hoping to pop in and do that. I'm on my second cup of coffee and I had one of the pumpkin muffins that I made yesterday and it's pretty tasty. The chocolate chips just give it that extra yum factor. So I will definitely make those again. They were really good. So yeah, we're gonna be doing some reading this morning and then they're doing like this thing where they're breaking it up into 2 groups of people. You basically have like 2 minutes to pitch a book that you want to like just recommend to the group. And you don't really have to give a synopsis or anything. You just have to talk about why you love that book. So the book I picked to recommend to everybody is Boy's Life by Robert McCammon. You guys know why I love this book and why I'm going to recommend this book. But yeah, this is the book I'm going to be pitching to the group and hopefully somebody out there will read it and love it. And then I have the panel discussion that I'm taking part in after that. So yeah, it should be a fun morning. I had hoped to start reading or to read another chapter out of These Ghosts Are Family this morning, but my Kindle was dying and needed to be charged. So I'm gonna be picking up The Pearl That Broke Its Shell. I actually did start it. I am on page 4, so I haven't gotten very far at all. But this one is about a young girl living in Afghanistan with her family, and she takes part in this tradition or custom in her culture where because there are no boys in her family and she's the oldest girl in her family, she can do this custom where she can basically live life as a boy until she's of marriageable age. So she gets a taste of what it's like to be a boy in her culture. And it's vastly different and eye-opening. And yeah, I've been wanting to read this for like a really long time. And this one, I picked this month, A, because I want to read it, and B, because it's going to fulfill the Buzzword Reading Challenge for me for this month, which is to read a book with items in the title. And there actually are 2, so yay. All right, so I am going to hop on with Krista and Lindsay, see what's going on, get some reading in, and I'll check in later. So we're taking a little break right now from the retreat, so I'm probably gonna try to get some housework done, but I did get quite a few recommendations during the last little chunk. Everybody kind of went through and mentioned a book that they wanted to recommend everybody, and I got a nice list going, so that's really exciting. A couple of them I had never heard of before, so that's awesome. And then I also, just in that last part too, because I did a recommendation, I'm trying to find the page, I got a bingo. So it's diagonal across, using the free space. That's the way I always try to do it when I do bingo. But yeah, so the next thing we have going on is we're doing like a breakout discussion. There's gonna be like 2 groups. One group of people can go to historical fiction, like a historical fiction discussion with Amanda and Krista. And then the other group is thrillers and like darker stuff with Lindsay and Sarah. And I'm also part of that discussion, so that's exciting. I'm excited for it to talk about thrillers and everything, and you know, the dark stuff, which I like. So yeah, it's going really well. But I have about 45 minutes before that starts, so I might try to go do a little bit of choring. My kitchen is a disaster. So I might try to go do some of that and then hop back in for that discussion. So yeah, it's going really well. I don't really have any reading to report because I did start The Pearl That Broke Its Shell this morning, but I only read 10 pages, so I don't really have a lot of thoughts on this just yet. And later on, like I said, I'm hoping to read a chapter out of These Ghosts Are Family. So I might kind of hop back and forth between these two. So yeah, I will update you guys later.
If you had to pick between two of these, would you want ghosts in your book or a serial killer?
Ghosts.
Serial killer.
Serial killer.
Serial. You want both? You want both?
Serial killer ghost.
It kills people.
Me too. Don't make me choose.
There you go, serial killer. I love it.
A Gentleman in Moscow?
Gentleman of Moscow?
Yep, A Gentleman in Moscow. Okay.
50 Shades of Grey?
Yep.
What?
Grey is 50.
Hey, so sorry if you hear some background noises. The neighbor's grad party is well underway, in full swing, and it's like pretty much right outside my front door because they were like in the driveway and stuff next door. But we just got back from there. Well, I did. Austin and the kids are still over there, but I came back because I wanted to finish out the retreat by doing the 2 hours of reading sprints that are kind of like topping off the day. And yeah, it's been a great day so far. I don't think I've really checked in much today, but it has been so much fun. We've done reading sprints, we played some bookish games, we had a couple of sort of like breakouts where there was a lot of recommendations going on, especially in the thriller discussion group that I took part in. I wrote down so many thrillers and now I'm kind of in a thriller mood. So yeah, I feel like I need to order some books, either through the library or whatever, because I got so many good recommendations in that discussion. So yes, I did the last time we did sprints, I did finish a chapter of These Ghosts Are Family, and it's really good. Like, I really like the writing. I really like that the characters they're very flawed, layered, all of them, you know, but I think that makes them so like realistic and relatable. But I do see what people are saying where like every chapter feels like, even though you are dealing with the same family, it does feel like each chapter is a separate story. But because I've been approaching it that way, I don't mind it. Now, if I went into this thinking I was getting a novel, I might not feel that way, but because I was aware of the disjointedness, it's not so bad. So I'm really enjoying it. And yeah, I'm gonna basically continue to read a chapter a day. Sorry, my puppy's right here. I'm going to continue reading a chapter a day until I finish it. So I don't even know how many chapters there are. So we'll see. Hopefully I finish it by the end of the month. But during these next 2 hours of sprints, I'm hoping to read some of The Pearl That Broke Its Shell, because earlier this morning, while my Kindle was charging, I only read like 10 pages. So not really enough to form an opinion other than, you know, I like it so far. You're in the very, very beginnings of the book, getting to know the characters and their situation. So, but it's promising. I think it's gonna be good. So that's kind of my plan for the next 2 hours. And yeah, I think that's gonna be it. So I'm going to start sprinting and we'll check in with you guys at the end of the night. And with that, it is 8:06 and the reading retreat is officially done. And yeah, overall, it was such a fun experience. I've never done anything like this before, virtually or otherwise, and it was just a lot of fun just being surrounded by other bookish people that are just passionate about reading and just sharing that love with each other and just having a lot of good laughs and just good times. It was great. So like, big thank you to the lovely Lindsay, Sarah, Amanda, and Krista. You guys did an amazing job putting this together. It was so much fun. And I would definitely take part in another retreat. And who knows, maybe someday there'll be one that's in person. I don't know. That would be cool. So to kind of cap off my week, or my weekend, I keep saying weekend, but it was literally 24 hours. So to cap off my 24 hours, I did start The Pearl That Broke Its Shell, and I read 34 pages. So not bad. And it seems like it's gonna be really good. It's already really sad. Like 20 pages in, I was like, yeah, this is a bummer, man. But I think it's an important read, so I definitely want to continue with it. These Ghosts Are Family, I'm not sure. I think I read total, because I only read one chapter. I want to say it was like 25 pages. Also a good book, one that I am going to continue with. And then I didn't grab it, and I'm too lazy to go get it. It's across the room. I don't feel like going to get it. But I did complete Heartstopper Volume 1, and I also really enjoyed that. It was a 4-star read, and I want to read the next volume. So I will be seeing if my library has that, hopefully Monday. I did not listen to my audiobook at all. So sorry, Stephen King, Desperation. The past 24 hours was just not an audiobook time for me. But I obviously will continue listening to that one. I just wasn't in an audio mood, I guess, the last 24 hours. But I am like happy with the progress that I did make. If you look at my bingo board, I didn't fill it, but I did get a bingo. So that was cool. The way I got my bingo was I recommended a book, I made a fun snack, I used my free space, I read in my pajamas, and I made a fun drink. And then this was my reading tracker. It's a little bit off because this was reading Heartstopper. And then it just, today, was like, meh, meh, meh. But that's okay. That's okay. It was still a good time. And I actually really like reading sprints. I enjoyed those a lot. It is just very motivating to sit down and just set aside that like 2-hour block to, well, it's not a full 2 hours, but to just set aside that time to just read is really great. And then, like I said in my last clip, I got a ton of recommendations. So I'm gonna be book shopping probably. Some of the girls on the, during the retreat had mentioned that Book Outlet was having like a pretty good sale. Yeah. I might have to check that out and see if any of the books that came up on my recommendations are there. I don't know. Or I'm gonna check my library or maybe Thrift Books, because I haven't ordered from Thrift Books in a really long time. And I'm sure that they'll have a couple, because quite a few of these are obviously backlist books. Some of them quite the backlist book, so I'm sure I'll be able to find them. But yeah, overall, it was a great 24 hours. I really enjoyed it. I'm just so happy that I was invited to attend this and be a part of it, because it was great. So I hope that they do this again because I think it was a success. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. And yeah, I will talk to you soon. I hope you're having a great weekend. Thanks for watching. Bye.